Text-to-speech enabled. Stream is online.
Hey, Brian. Oh, that's a beautiful morning for a commute. Trying to get some last little bit of riding in before Saturday. Probably take Friday off. Hey, Leets. Well, so far everything's working. Rejigged a whole bunch of cables and everything on the stream setup. Trying to streamline things a bit better. This is kind of like test run, day one. I think my rear tire needs more air. It's feeling super comfortable, but I think I need like 5 more PSI. Hey. Yeah, real time. That is a great website. Well, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. Whoa, yeah. Definitely need more. Definitely. Yeah. Definitely need more air. That turn was almost like drifting. Gonna roll this tire. Yeah, this is like nice. It's not 47. We actually got like heat warnings yesterday from like the weather apps. So it's 7 a.m. and 21. It's probably going to hit low 30s by the end of the day. Yeah, the Devil's Den, exactly. Last year we had a heat wave, and
Fidelity said it's like 30 degrees here and I'm suffering LMAO.
Oh, it's different. Well, I don't know, Brian, I think you're near the ocean. Like here, with the humidity being right on the water. If it gets anything over 30, it's freaking hot. Actually, I'd like to know the humidity level of your shed while you're riding. Because like in my garage, I'll fog up the windows from sweat. Or you have like a dehumidifier going in there, don't you? Because if you can get at 47 with like 80% humidity level, and then that's like, it's funny, last year we had a heat wave and it got high 30s, almost into the 40s, but with all this pavement, my Garmin would be reading like 44 degrees. So far, I'm like 10 minutes in, I haven't even lost 1% on this other phone. I think this is the way to do it. I think lower processing power, screen brightness down. I think it's easier to charge than the other phone. Which is good. I'm glad this is like working because I need it to work for 6 hours on Saturday. At least 6, I think. Oh man, I'm loving this flat tire. As long as you're riding straight, it is nice. It's just like having suspension. Hey, what's up, Doc? Congrats on your 7 kills.
Good morning. Have a great ride for us.
Oh, it's gonna be a warm one when the wind. Oh, I love it. I had one of those probably like the first 2 weeks I played, and it was like every shot was like kill. I'm like, fuck you, F you, F you, and F you. And it was like drive around a rock, kill. No, it's tough because like the higher levels, everyone knows where to hide. And then at the end of the game, it's like you chug a beer and you're like, I'm champion of World of Tanks. Yeah. Well, yeah, you're like just driving crazy, but it's like working for like the one time it ever works. I wish I was streaming last night because I had this match where this other tank got really close to me and I was able to back into him, and he was a tank that you couldn't turn the turret as well, like the tank I was in, and we had this like 5-minute ballet of me ramming him on the side to push him so he couldn't turn to get me, but I couldn't really turn to get him either. And it was amazing. Uh-oh. Yeah. Well, I had almost no health, and he was like trying to blast me, and I was sort of trying to blast him, but I thought it's better if I can just like keep him from blasting me. Uh-oh, looks like the chat app is not working. I screwed something up yesterday morning and I tried to fix it, and apparently it didn't fix. I was trying to delete a tool within OBS, and instead of uninstalling the tool,
It's hot as shit here. I have 106 all week.
106. We got a heat warning, but we're at like 75 right now. I can tell it's going to be hot though. Like, it's perfect temperature right now, but the wind coming off the water is like warm. Like, I'm breathing and it feels like I'm like eating the air. Like, it's thick and hot. Oh, maybe I screwed it up on this. Settings. Oh, slow on the turn, slow, slow. Ah, made it. Oh, ferries coming in. Water looking super calm. Oh, turns. Hey, big. How's it going this morning? Yeah, this is like awesome weather for riding. I'm gonna miss this when September rolls around and it rains for 6 months. Makes you not really want to get to work though. Want to keep riding.
Big Trouser Bike said good. Just about to head out for work.
I drove into work yesterday and man, I got like road rage by the time I got to work. I was like mad. It's like, man, should have rode the bike. It's the Gabriola ferry coming in. Man, I haven't lost a single percent on the battery yet. Hell yeah, I'm pumped for that. This test is working for once.
Big Trouser Bike said, oh nice, my old boss retired on Gabe.
Oh really? It's beautiful over there. I could see retiring, but I had coworkers that moved from Alberta and moved to Gabriola, and they said it was like fantastic for like the first year, because then the honeymoon of taking the ferry for absolutely everything wears off.
Notice, lol, I have the same exact bar tape.
Do you? Oh, it's nice. This is actually, you know what? I like this bar tape, but it wasn't my first choice because this was like all the shops had. The great bike parts shortage of 2020, 2021. Yeah, Gabriola has a store, like a grocery store, a small one, but if you work over here, you're taking this ferry every day, which is like, they did a better job though, because they have 2 ferries now, so it's quicker. It's smaller, but it goes back and forth sooner, but before it was like every hour. This ferry's quiet. It's like, it's all electric. But yeah, Gabriola is amazing. That'd be a good place to retire if you didn't have to go to work. Or if you work remotely, you totally live on Gabriola. Its pricing over there has gone insane.
Mike said I've been to his place. It's pretty desolate if anything but a small town amenities.
Yeah, it totally is. But now it's more like a luxury to live over there. Before it used to be like, it was all the hippies that wanted to stay away from the town. We're like, oh, I want to live on Gabriola. And it was like really cheap to buy property. And then now people have like wharfs and float plane docks. And it's becoming like, it's half hippie, half like super rich ass retirees. So I have a question. So I have a really long ride on Saturday. And I was wondering what the correct, actually I also have a really long ride the following weekend, but what's the correct amount of time for carbo loading? Is it 3 weeks or a month and a half? Like, I'm just trying to make sure I did it right.
Cycling with Doc said, you Big Trouser Bike saggy for. Big Trouser Bike said, what loading?
Carbo loading. Like, should I just be overeating for at least a month before the ride? Is that how it works?
Cycling with Doc said, carb loading. Big Trouser Bike said, sup Doc, what's going on? I am doing the Zwift Classics in a few hours. Cycling with Doc said, I'm not familiar with it. Cycling with Doc said, I just eat like a fucking child.
Summers are the worst for me. I'm the opposite. Everyone usually rides more in the summer. I ride less. All the camping is like killing me. I'm usually at my heaviest in the summer.
Big Trouser Crowser Bike said honestly Z, I just don't change much. I read that a good carb load should be a day or two before a huge event.
Oh,
So the best thing to do is maybe reduce your carbs a hair a few days before the load so your body holds onto the carbs even more. But I am not the best at. Brian Collison said Dabber eats expired tomato sauce. The doc said yeah, I was gonna say a day, maybe a couple tops. Ha ha ha, Brian Collison.
Oh, well, a day maybe? Well, okay. I've got like 90 days. I have the most fat reserves ever right now, so as long as I stay under 215 watts, I shouldn't have to eat anything. I'll be fine. This will be the first time I've done this ride where I wasn't trying to go for a good time and I'm just trying to finish. And be like, I don't really care how long it takes me. I'm like super fat right now and I just need to survive.
Cycling with Doc said yeah, just go at LTT pace all day. Big Crowser Bike said you doing intermittent fasting. Brian Collison said Lee is pretends to be in the future. He is treating this as Southern Hemisphere winter.
Yeah.
Maggie Ford said hey, a cycling with Doc.
But at the same time though, I like ripped up that hill last Friday. So despite me feeling like I don't feel like I'm like in this shape for this ride, I almost got like my third best time up that hill, in which I ride 4 times a week.
Big Crowser Bike said I found I can do 8 eating window 16 off. I lose weight like insane. But don't expect Hired to be able to do any Z4, 5.
Yeah, well, I think it was 2021 over the winter. I was doing fasting riding experiments and slowly increasing my ride, and I kind of
said it takes a while to lose base fitness. It's
Yeah.
sharp stuff that we lose when we take time off.
I kind of figured out what wattage I needed to stay under, because in 2021 I did freaking Uber Pretzel fasted. I did the PRL full fasted. Yeah, no zone 3. Like every time you go into zone 3 and above, you just start burning a match and you burn carbs, and I should get back into that. That was awesome. I was like, it was amazing to be able to ride at like LTP like all day and be like, yeah, I don't need to eat anything. As long as I stay at like 220 watts and below, I can go forever. You had to ease into it. You just can't all of a sudden be like, yeah, I'm gonna start doing fasted riding. It was like a build up over the winter. It's probably why in 2021 I was at my lowest weight I'd been in like 8 years.
Big Crowser Bike said okay Z and gang, I gotta get ready for work.
Oh,
TYL, have a safe rest of your ride Z.
thank you. Thanks for stopping by. I'm like,
Brian Collison said later Brad.
apparently on Strava, I'm the local legend on this segment here. There's a segment along this path, but I can't cut left because I ride this route all the time. And it was like, you've ridden this route 3 times in 90 days. I'm like, no, man, I've ridden it like 30 times in 90 days. But the segment, I think, cuts right. Oh, turns. Cuts to the right when I usually go left.
Brian Collison said you are a legend lead.
Totally a local legend. The local legend thing is like, it's for all the slow people who just ride lots. They're like, well, I can't get in the top 10.
Brian Collison said that runner looked back a couple times in fear.
He's like, the legend is coming. I can sense it. Yeah, I think this is the end. I usually go left, so I got to go around these poles to get credit for it. Oh my goodness, this stupid apple. Here's my intervals for the day. Okay, phase 1 hill done. Let's cross the highway. Did anyone else watch that GCN video of the world's steepest climb?
Brian Collison said, is your camera on your step?
It's on my top tube on a mount. I got tired of wearing the chest mount and the backpack, so I got a frame bag and put everything in there. All right, step 2 number. Oh, this part. Let's freaking
Brian
go.
Collison said, yeah, I'm looking at not wearing anything.
I'll send you pics. Oh, stupid freaking part.
Bill said just use the bike and enable.
Oh.
Brian Collison said just naked IRL beats D1 loose Lulu.
A part of I need lower gearing. I just need to buy a new rear derailleur and cassette. That's horrible.
Brian Collison said, oh shit, news about the anvil.
The anvil.
Brian Collison said, good with contact me.
Yeah, I like the view the chest mount gives, and the camera's more stable when it's on your body, but I hated wearing the backpack. Like, you're riding, wearing a backpack, wearing a chest mount. Like, it's already sweaty enough riding your bike.
Bill said, what did they say?
Oh yeah, so I found a frame bag. It's like a Pro brand, like the Pro Discovery, and works. It's actually perfect. It's 5 liters. It's got 2 halves, a really skinny side and then a bigger side. And the skinny side totally is the perfect width for power banks.
Brian Collison said they confirmed the 50 kilograms and then linked me to the Swift Insider article.
They linked you to. Didn't they change the feather to a set weight?
Brian Collison said, then I read the article again and have more questions. Beats G1 Lou Felder Lou.
Well, that's the whole problem with gamification. If you're gonna come out with something as a part of a game that's gonna give someone an advantage, there should be logs of exactly what it does. Like, there's no other sort of competitive type game in the world that doesn't give you like damage per second, you know, like all the numbers. Yeah, because the feather, well, I heard the feather was a percent, but then it was like, or it was the other way around. Oh, I almost pulled a Biden. Almost did it. That was close. Like all the other video games, you can go online and look at everything. You can even look at logs of people's, you know, attempts on stuff. Whereas Zwift still hasn't got the memo. They're like, we want to be gamified, but you know what? We give you these power-ups, but yeah, they do stuff. We don't really know what they do. Some programmer guy, he programmed it in the game. I think he knows. I think we just made like an anvil symbol, and then the programmer rolled his face on the keyboard. And like, yeah, it seems to work. Phone hasn't even budged a single freaking percent. I think this phone is easier to charge than my other phone.
Brian Collison said, I'm doing the Zwift Classics later and I'll be talking about it.
Well, I should be able to tune in. Yeah, well, at least they responded.
Hills said Brian would be delightful coworker and refinement meeting at work lol. Brian Collison said I'm going to miss out on the road trip with Texas now to CHQ in Long Beach Beach G1 Lou. Inviting me to meetings. Brian Collison said they just told me to show up and support everything on the back foot.
Oh geez, take off, eh? You almost timed that one perfect. It did startle me because I was looking at the long grass and the flowers here in the ditch, sort of daydreaming. Yeah, that one's loud.
Brian Collison said, wait, does the horn redeem go off in your garage and wake your family up?
No, my speakers at home are off.
Brian Collison said, now that would be a great redeem.
I have left my speakers on before on my home PC, and that has happened. It's like the lights. If you change the lights, I'm pretty sure my lights. No, actually, no, my computer's not on Wi-Fi right now. If my computer's on Wi-Fi, the lights in the garage will change. I used to switch the light redeems off, but I was like, it was a massive pain in the butt doing that every stream between indoor and outdoor. But yeah, if my home PC is on Wi-Fi, it'll connect to the lights. So my garage will be like flashing and
said, have you been overdoing Timbit?
I haven't. I probably should to continue the carbo loading for Saturday Timbits would be a good thing to eat. Oh, that wind is strong up this road. Okay, so super low air pressure tire is very comfortable to ride, but is not fast at all. This is like one of my slowest rides to work in a very long time. My average power is totally in the normal zone. I am here. Oh, anyone else can't see things? Dimitri is online. Hey, you too, everyone. Can't see a damn thing. Oh, I can't spell